Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I made this ghost spiral animation using Procreate. It's based off of a ghost spiral I made in my 2021 Halloween window mural. I'll link that video for you to check out if you're interested. But first, a quick intro for those who are new to the channel. Hello, I'm Shannon, owner of Shrush Design. I specialize in hand-lettered and illustrated designs for things like signage, murals, invitations and other stationery, digital graphics, and more. Here on YouTube, I make tutorials of how to do these projects, my methods, the tools I use, and the software I use on a regular basis. For anyone who may be interested, I now also have a free companion course to go along with these videos here on YouTube, where you can get access to additional notes, any digital downloads you may need, extra practice, and the direction of where to go once you master the tutorial. You can find that link down in the description, or just go to my website, www.shrushdesign.com, and look for the online courses section. Okay, let's get on with the tutorial. Alright, so for this ghost spiral animation that I want to do, I'll explain a little bit more about it in a minute, but I opened a document, a canvas. Mine is 2000 pixels by 1500. That's just one of the presets I have. I wanted to do it in a rectangle because the spiral is going to kind of start over here and then it's going to come here and they're going to be kind of like not really poking through the screen, but they're kind of getting bigger and getting closer to you. So it's going to go like this and they're going to kind of come out over here. So I wanted a rectangle shape. So the first thing I want to do also is change the background color to a black. So I have a black right here. I'll do that. And then in this first layer, I'm going to be doing animation assist, but I'm going to make a spiral. The spiral shape I kind of want my ghost to follow. And I want it to be kind of loose. I don't want it to be like this. So I'm going to do just kind of one turn around like this and then out this way. So this is going to be the spiral shape the ghosts are going to go in. They're going to start out smaller here and then make their way, and they start getting bigger and bigger because the spiral's actually going this way towards you. And then they're going to be their biggest right here. It's where they're kind of popping out at the end. So I'm going to go to the wrench, go to Canvas Animation Assist, turn that on. Now this frame here that has a spiral on it, I'm going to make that my background. I'm also going to reduce the opacity a little bit so it's not going to get, in the way as much. Just down to around 50% is good. 49 is fine. All right, now, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer. It's going to be the first frame. So it's going to start out where one ghost is going to kind of appear from this beginning of this spiral. It's going to be very small. And then in the next frame, that one's going to start moving this way. It's going to get a little bigger, and then there's going to be another one that comes in. So first I'm going to make this first one. I'm going to zoom in a little. Like that. Fill that in. And I'm going to leave it white for now, and we'll worry about the eyes and everything later. So I'm going to keep that one there. And actually, before I even start, I should have done an empty one first. And then the next one will have the ghost. So as of right now, that's kind of what it's like. It's going to start out just completely black, and then ghost is going to appear. So that's our first ghost. Now I'm going to duplicate that, move him along a little, or her, depending on what it is, I'm not sure. And I'm going to rotate it so it stays on the path here. And then I want to make it a little bigger at that point. And I'm going to duplicate it again. And I'm going to move it a little further along here. along the path, rotate it, and then make it a little bigger at that point. Now at that point, I also want a new smaller one to go in. So I'm going to duplicate this one, bring it up, and then group that in with this one. So just to show you what you kind of got here. It's moving along, and then by the time it gets there, another one's going to come in. See? All right. Now, I'm going to duplicate, wait, is this one, did I make this one bigger? I don't think I did. Let's make this, not that one. Sorry, this one. Make that one a little bigger now at this point. Now I want to duplicate this whole group here. And I'm going to move the group along here. Now I'm going to just work on this back one there, and then we'll work on that one separately. So I'm going to put it kind of where that other one was. And then, because I had the whole group selected, this one I'm just going to move a little further along here. And then I want to make it bigger. Now it's starting to get a little pixelated because you're increasing the size of something that's made of pixels. So I might start redrawing these now. So I'm going to add another layer here. I'm going to reduce the opacity of this one. I'm on the new layer, and I'm just going to redraw. It doesn't have to be exactly the same anyway, because it's kind of shifting over time. But then it doesn't look as pixelated anymore. So then I can just get rid of this one. I don't need that anymore. So now we're going to move that group again. We're going to duplicate it and move each of these over a little bit. So I'm going to do this one first. Move this one over here and make it bigger. And then I'm going to move this one over here, make it bigger. And then we're going to add another starting one. Put that in the group as well. Put one in the group. All right. So now let's kind of look at what we got here. Looks pretty good. Again, we're going to be adding more detail afterwards. So now I'm going to duplicate this again. And I'm going to take that biggest one, move it up, rotate it so it's along the spiral, and then make it bigger. I'm probably going to redraw this again, because I need to redraw it anyway because it's looking too similar than it did before. I'm actually going to center it a little bit more on here as well. And I'm going to make it bigger to begin with, so like that. More like, I didn't mean to do that, okay. He's looking a little pointy up here, okay. There we go. It's starting to get real big, so I don't need this one anymore. So then this one, I'm going to move so it's over here a little more. Make this one bigger. Maybe I want to start making this one over again. But that'll give me an idea of what it's going to look like. So then I want to add a new layer, reduce the opacity a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. All right, and I want to delete this. And then this one I want to move along, spiral over here. And I want that one to be a little bigger. All right, so again, let's see what we got here. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Duplicate that. And now I'll do all of these individually again. I'm gonna move this one over here, rotate it so it's along the spiral, make it bigger, and then I will redraw. So I'm going to reduce the opacity, make a new layer again, and he's getting a little fat a little bit, so I'm gonna kind of skinny him out because he's kind of changing as he goes along ever so slightly. And then I can get rid of this one. Now going down to this one, drop my pencil. This one, grab him, rotate him, make him a little bigger, and we're gonna redraw him, new layer, reduce the opacity a little, make him a little longer, a little different each time. So I'm going to delete that. And then this next one, I'm going to move first and rotate. In fact, I think I'm going to flip him. And then I'm going to redraw him as well. Calling them all him. I don't know if they're actually hims. Like that. And now I need a new one coming in too. So I'm going to delete the old that. And I'm going to get another one of these new ones here. They all look the same when they come in. If I decide I want to change that, I can do it later. It's part of the group, right? Good. Okay. But anyway, so now we have 4 out in the spiral here. Now I'm going to duplicate that. This big one, I'm going to move him along a little bit here. He doesn't move as fast as the other ones anymore. Reduce the opacity. He's going to start to elongate a little bit here. All right, get rid of this one. This next one, and move that one along. Oops, that's not the one I want. I knew that. This one, move him along. Make him a little bigger. And I'll fix that when I redraw. So again, let's see what we got here. All right, so I think the next frame is, this one's going to be like in the spotlight here. That's the whole point. So we're going to add a group here, duplicate, I mean, this big one, move it along, make it go this way, and then I'm going to redraw it. But it's kind of going to be in its most defined shape now. And the biggest it's going to be. And we'll do the faces later, like I said. Duplicate that. Now I'm going to get rid of this big one here. Don't need that. He's gone. He already went through. And then I'm going to move this one along. It's not going to be quite at the end yet. After this one gets to the next step where it's like in your face, I'm going to stop putting new ones in. So this is the last new one. So we're going to get to the point where this one is at the end, and that's the end of the animation. Otherwise it'll just keep going. So I'm going to duplicate this group. I'm going to move them all again. This one's finally at the end here. Something like that. right. So now I actually don't need the spiral anymore. I am going to unbackground that, and then I'm going to delete it. Actually, I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to turn it off. So let's just see how this, because I stopped checking. Let's see how this looks and the way it is. Looks pretty good. I think overall my ghosts started getting a little too big in the beginning, but maybe they just were bigger. I don't know. But anyway, now we gotta add faces and stuff, details. So down here on this first one, it's going to be very small. And then that same ghost, but the second position. Alright everyone, that's it for this video, but heads up, I've still got some bonus footage and sneak peeks coming up shortly. First of all though, I want to thank you, yes you, for watching this video. I do really appreciate it. If you appreciate me back, the best way to show me is to use those buttons on YouTube. Subscribe is the best one, but the other ones work great too. Always check the video description for any updates, announcements, and any relevant links you may need. These are my official social media accounts and other channels for you to check out. Don't fall for any scams or imitations. All of these are linked in the description and also on my website, www.shrushdesign.com as well. Now here's that bonus footage I promised. I don't usually do bonus footage for my Procreate videos because there usually isn't much video that's bonus in my Procreate videos. But this time I do have a clip from my 2021 Halloween window mural video when I'm making the ghost spiral in its entirety. So here that is. The swirl is the wrong way. I have to fix that. Whoops. Jazzy's running away from home. So, what I'm going to do is make smaller, 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 and then big, 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 big. You know, bigger and bigger as we go. It's kind of hard to see the swirl from here, but, you know. I think my cat ran away. I gotta get him. Right. So, real small beginning. Oh, here he comes. He's gotta be part of it. Gotta be involved in every little thing. Yeah, we're gonna need an instant replay on that one. That's my boy. All right. Oh, Chazzy. Assistant Chaz. So helpful. Yes, this is what I deal with at work because I work from home most of the time. My assistant takes his job very seriously. But anyway, back to the ghost spiral I got going on here. So as you saw, I kind of decided to do this on the fly. I think I kind of had an idea beforehand that that's what I wanted to do, but I was kind of second guessing myself, and then I decided I'm going to do it anyway. And this is one part of the mural I think I did pretty well on overall. Like, it was a good idea to put the spiral as soon as I got it going the right way down so I could kind of trace the ghosts over it. So move this over for a minute. And we're going to put our final ghost, at least in this spiral. I might have... Ooh, I think I want him on the other side though, don't I? Don't I? I think I do. Now it's going to have different branches this spiral will go off to. Maybe like, you know. How much time do I have before I have to go to my real job? About 20 minutes, a little bit more. I don't know how to trace this. And then go outside and clean that off. Put the eyeballs on, right? And then take this out and maybe do that. No, I'll just show it from this side. You can see me working. Probably not going to be able to see this side because I want to be able to get both without coming back in. So this was the end of the first day I did. I did 2 days technically. I think I did a little bit of work off camera on a couple other days, but not very much. Anyway, this is how everything looked when I was done with the first day. Overall, not too bad. Still got some work to do. And we'll talk more in the deep dive about the design overall and things like that. The one that's on the outside over here. And then come back in and do the... over here. Come back in and do the back side because I want that one to be like a 3D. We'll see how it works. We'll have it kind of coming out here and then have like the back be like the little feet part of the ghost. But I'm gonna do the front part first. So shouldn't be that hard to do, I don't think. He's gonna say boo. Did I say that? Well, let's see. Let's go out there and try. Might have to try again. You're okay. I brought the wrong pen out, so I had to get a new one. So this big ghost that I'm doing now is something that I really was impressed with myself with the 3D effect. Thought it turned out really good. Like it seems like the ghost is kind of coming through the window. Like the feet part of the ghost is in the back, which is kind of cool. I think that's more believable. Obviously I have to go out here and do the eyes too. And then I will go over this later in the video, but when I add the boo next to it, and then I add the little ghost in the background behind the boo, all of that together on its own looked pretty cool. I like that. I thought I did a good job with that. It's just all of that was way too close to the Happy Halloween, and it's kind of squished together and it's hard. Your eye doesn't know where to go. So again, we're going to talk about that when I go over kind of the mistakes I made. So that was the original Ghost Spiral, the inspiration for this animation. Again, it's from my 2021 Halloween window mural video. If you've made it this far, please go and give that one a watch. It's one of my first videos on the channel and it can use some love. As for the sneak peeks, the next video coming out on this channel is going to be my 2023 Halloween window mural. That's this year. So here's a sneak peek on what I have done so far as of the filming of this video. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon with the next one.